are all playing right now, so they all have done well.
So one way or another, local teams did well.
Some folks are happy because their teams won, others not so happy, but we've got highlights from 4 games and some mild upsets this evening. High school basketball action resumed tonight in the Highland District Tournament at Abingdon High School. In the first game, the Patrick Henry Rebels battled the Marion Scarlet Hurricane. Rebels coach Arnold Mellinger was not a very happy man during most of this game. Patrick Henry scored just 6 points in the first half and trailed 13-6 at halftime. But Patrick Henry came to life in the third quarter of the contest. Number 20, Eugene Williams, came up with the steal here. He's going to take it all the way in for the layup, and the Rebels closed the gap to within 2 points. But Marion never lost the lead in this ball game. You're going to see number 32, Eric Cope, coming up on the missed shot. Cope is in the right place at the right time, followed in the missed shot for the Scarlet Hurricane. Patrick Henry was led in scoring by number 34, Maceo Porter. Porter put in 2 of his 10 points right here. You can tell it was a low-scoring affair. If the Rebels' leading scorer had only 10 points on the contest, it was a low-scoring game, but Marion had enough to hold on and win. Number 12, Danny Purefoy, canned this jumper here in the fourth quarter of the contest. The Scarlet Hurricane went on to win. They advanced to the finals of the Highland District Tournament. The final score, a low one, 30-25, Marion defeating Patrick Henry. In the Highland District nightcap, Gate City tangled with host Abingdon. And the Blue Devils grabbed the early lead behind the play of number 22, Tommy Music. He put up the missed shot there. Back up and in. He scored 20 points on the night. But the Falcons bounced back, led by number 42, host player Howie Rice. Rice nailed a turnaround jumper here for 2 of his 18 points on the night. Gate City simply loves to push the ball up and down the court. We're going to show you a good example of it right here. Abingdon Sage Johnson is going to hit this jumper from the top of the key. But as we follow Johnson back down court, Gate City moved down court quickly, and Kevin Morris came into your picture there. 2 of his game-high 30 points. Gate City led at halftime, and they went on to win the final score in the Highland District nightcap. Gate City defeating Abingdon 86-67. Gate City and Marion will play in the finals on Saturday night. In the Hoagahigi District Tournament tonight at Emory and Henry, a good crowd turned out to watch Rural Retreat battle Honeacre in a good contest. Anthony Hart was the bucket there for Honeacre. He paced the Tigers with 19 points. Rural Retreat was led by Mickey Muster, their top gun. He put in 2 of his 18 points on that baseline jumper there. This game was close. It went right down to the wire, as a matter of fact. On the fast break, you're going to see Rural Retreat coming back down court. The Indians here, Johnny Dix, with the easy layup right there for Rural Retreat in the contest. Honeacre was going to pull off the upset in this ball game, though. You're going to see Jeff Miller with the jumper here. As the Tigers went on to upset Rural Retreat, a minor upset there. The final score in the contest, it was 66-64. In the nightcap in the Hoagahigi, Castlewood took on Chilhowie in this contest, and Calvin Calford put on a pregame dunk show. The Castlewood fine post player on the inside, but Chilhowie was going to put on a show of their own tonight. They were tough on Castlewood. You're going to see Joe Sexton, number 51, hit the turnaround jumper there for Chilhowie. Castlewood came back. You're going to see them off the fast break. Steve Meade is going to take it in all the way for the layup. But Chilhowie had a little bit too much tonight. Joey Russell is going to show you that if you at first don't succeed, just keep on trying. Russell gets his shot rejected, but he alertly follows it back up. He put it back up and in. And the Blue Devils' top gun tonight was Calvin Calford. He was awesome with his pregame dunks, but he scored 29 points on the night as well, putting those 2 back up and in. But Chilhowie, in a mild upset, defeats Castlewood. The final score was 72-67. Now, elsewhere in the Southwest District, it was Richlands, a 2-point winner over Caswell, 58-56. And also by 2 points, Grundy defeated Graham, 53-51. In the Lonesome Pine District Tournament, Norton was a winner over Pound, 66-53. And it was Powell Valley over Wise, 48-42. In the Cumberland District, Jonesville had no problems with Keokee, defeating them 92-72. In the District 1 Class AAA, it was Jefferson County defeating Daniel Boone by 2 points, 47-45. In the District 1 AA in Tennessee, Johnson County a 3-point winner over Happy Valley, 53-50. And it was North Green defeating Hampton, 56-41. In District 1 Single A, it was Hancock County defeating University High, 30-26. A late game, Cloudland and Cosby just got started at about 10 o'clock, so that game is still going on. In girls action, in the championship game of the District 1 Class AAA, it was Sullivan North, the Lady Golden Raiders defeating Sullivan Sound 54-51. And it was in the consolation contest, Sullivan Central defeating the Lady Hilltoppers from Science Hill 49-45. In the District 2 Class AAA, it was Morristown West over the Lady Patriots from Jefferson County 43-41. And in District 1 Single A, Unatha was a winner over University High 52.
Yeah, John went. He was going by shoulder and there went, wham! Boy, he hit him in his head. Hey, no foul, no foul.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Abingdon High School, where the Gate City High School Blue Devils are getting ready to play in the district tournament, Highland District tournament that is, against the Abingdon Falcons. Packed house here tonight. And seconds to tip-off time. Along with me is Ivan Sanders, and my name's Doug Gillenwater. And we're going to give the Blue Devils a standing ovation here among us now. Maybe a little hard for us to see. You see Dave Mason down there discussing play, I'm sure, with the Devils.
Number 10, Sage Johnson for Abingdon.
Number 24, Kevin Morris for the Devils.
Number 24, Brian Peck.
At guard for the Devils, a senior, 6 foot, number 32, Brian Herron, the big dog.
For Abingdon.
At forward.
At forward.
6 feet, number 22.
Number 22, Bo Owens.
He's a good player in the eye.
He sure is, Doug.
Forward, a sophomore, number 50, Rusty Pendleton, 6 foot 2 inches.
At forward, number 42, Howie Rice.
For the Devils again. Forward, the senior, 6'2", number 22, Tommy Music, the machine gun.
And for Abingdon, at center, number 40, Wes Colley.
And now for the Devils, we're going to see the big animal, number 54, Chris Shelton. And the rest of the Blue Devils take him out. You can see him out there in the middle, hands up in the air, ready to start.
Give your attention, please. Someone with a Ford with the license tag number
Someone in
I-4-GT02. You have a bus lot. You'd like to have this automobile moved.
Alex Smith.
This is an LTD Ford.
And we're just moments away from action tonight. In the first game, the Marion Scarlet Hurricane defeated Patrick Henry Rebels. So Saturday night, the winner of this contest will meet Marion for the district tournament championship game. The first game of the night will see Gate City's JV team taking on the Marion Scarlet Hurricanes for the JV district tournament championship.
see Gate City's ready and willing to start this game here. We're set up in the bleachers, so bear with us. Shelton set the jump. I don't believe he got the jump, Alvin.
Abingdon get with the ball. Stace Johnson with ball in hand. Breaks across the timeline. Off to number 22, Owens. Back to Johnson. Owens passes down for 42, Rice. Rice gives off Johnson quickly off the peck. Down the corner to Owens. KC in a 2-3 zone. Owens looking for someone to go to. Finds Rice. Rice shoots. It's in there.
Rusty Pendleton will inbounds out to Brian Herron. Herron takes his time, crosses the half-court mark. Looking. Everybody's inside. He goes over, hands it to Kevin Morris. He comes back to the foul line and shoots, and it's partially blocked. No, Tommy Music got the pass shot there and put it in to make the score 2 apiece.
Number 24, Peck with the ball now. Guarded closely by Moose. Peck gives off to Owens. Mercedes Johnson down here to Brian Peck, off to Bo Owens. Owens thought about it. He pulls up for a jumper. No good. Rebound by Chris Shelton.
Shelton showing his strength there, gives to Brian Herron, who quickly comes down to Music. Music drives to the baseline and going to draw the foul. To block, 2 shots. Just underway here in Abingdon. 6 minutes, 50 seconds remaining in the first period. Music on the line. Been a fast-paced game. First minute and 10 seconds. There you see Music on the line. Shots up. It's in there. Puts the Devils up 3-2. Music Getting ready to attempt his second shot. Shot's up. It's in there. It burnt the net. That's string music. Put the Devils up by 2, 4-2.
Sage Johnson with the ball now, bringing it down for the Falcons, across the timeline. Works it down here to Brian Peck. Back to Sage Johnson. Johnson, top of the key, passes off to Bo Owens. Owens, working against Morris, back to Sage Johnson. Johnson finds Peck over here, back to Johnson on top. Abingdon being patient. Peck has a shot, no good. Rebounded in there by, let's see, there's a scramble for the ball. Johnson comes up with the ball, up with a shot, no good. Rebounded by Johnson again. Passes off, stolen away there, and they're going to get Brian Herron with a foul.
I believe he was at the wrong place at the right time there, Ivan.
Brian got there just a little bit late, Doug.
Number 32, Brian Herron, foul number 1.
Bo Owens will trigger the ball inbounds from the side. Passes into Sage Johnson. Johnson sets up the offense down to Brian Peck. Back to Johnson. Over to Bo Owens. Owens goes up with a shot. It's no good. Rebounded by, let's see, they're going to get the ball back to Abingdon. They say it's out of Tommy Music.
He knocked it out, Ivan.
JC holding an early 2-point lead, 4-2. Howie Rice sets to trigger the ball in. Finds Brian Peck. Peck around Herron. Back on top to Johnson. Passes over to Owens. Down in the corner to Rice. Rice back to Owens. Johnson over to Peck, back to Johnson. He'll pop it. Give him to.
Pendleton again inbounds to her, and he quickly goes over to Kevin Morris. Morris is going to pop it, and it's the Devils up 6-4.
Sage Johnson bringing the ball up for now. Across the timeline. Over to Peck, back to Johnson. To Owens. Back on top to Johnson once again. Back down here to Peck. Abingdon being very patient in their offense tonight. Skip pass there to Peck. Down in here to Rice. Up with a shot. It's in there.
Pendleton again to Herron. Herron turns it over to Tommy Music this time. Music drives to the foul line and turns around and going to shoot it, Nick. But he got fouled about 3 seconds before he shot, so it does not count.
Foul on Sage Johnson, Doug.
Foul number 10, Sage Johnson, foul number 1.
Music will inbounds for the Devils. Score's tied 6-6. Brian Herron with the ball, works it over to Pendleton. Pendleton back to Herron. Herron looks, dribbles just a tad. Comes over to Morris. Morris from the free throw line. A good screen by Pendleton, and it's Soup. 8-6 now. Tommy and Morris both have 4 apiece.
Johnson across the timeline. Gives off to Owens. Back to Johnson. Over to Peck. On top to Johnson. Johnson passes off to Owens, who will pop it. It's no good. Rebounded by Colley. Up with the shot. It's good.
Again, Pendleton to Herron. They slow it up just a tad now. Herron works the ball down over to Music. Music from the free throw line. Does not foul this time.
Johnson with the ball now. Abingdon with a chance to go on top by 2 now. With 4:13 left in the first quarter. Down to Peck. Johnson back to Peck. Johnson over to Owens. Owens feeds inside to Rice. Rice met there by the animal. Back on top to Johnson. Lob down for Brian Peck to Johnson. Over to Owens. Abingdon working the ball around the key very nicely. Rice up the shot. No good. Rebound by Chris Shelton.
Shelton gives it to Herron. Herron turns it on and gets it across half court. Gets it now. Working for the setup. Goes over to Pendleton. He immediately gives to Kevin Morris. The jumper's up, and it's Soup. Kevin 3 for 3 with 6 points.
Sage Johnson bringing the ball down court. Gives to Peck. Back up to Johnson. Down to Peck again. Over to Owens. Owens looking for an open man. Gives back out on top to Johnson. Back in the corner to Bo Owens. Feeds inside. Kicked in there. Stolen away by Morris, and they're going to call a kick on that one. Tommy Music so far is 1 of 2 from the field, and 2 of 2 from the line, and Morris is 3 of 4, Doug.
Okay.
The only 2 Gacy players to take a shot. Rice looking for someone to trigger to, finds Sage Johnson. Back on top to Johnson, over to Brian Peck. KC in a nice little 2-3 zone. Owens is going to pipe, blocked by the animal.
Yeah, done a good job, and Morris come up with it. Fast break there in the middle of Brian Herron. And he missed the layup, or I thought he got fouled.
Johnson with the ball now for Abingdon, excuse me. Breaks across the timeline down to Brian Peck. Out to Johnson. Stolen away by Tommy Music.
Music's going to drive, I'm sure, over to Kevin Morris. He puts it in there. And draws the foul also. Put the Devils up 10-8 with Kevin Morris taking a chance on shooting a three-pointer here. You see Morris on your screen.
Morris with 8 first quarter points, Doug. Looking good tonight.
Sure is, Ivan. Kevin now shooting. We're going to call him Moose from the free throw line, shooting a three-point attempt here. Shots up, in and out.
Johnson with the ball. Colley come up with a rebound on the missed shot. Johnson, top of the key, gives off to Bo Owens. Owens working against Pendleton. Finds Peck coming across the lane. Back out to Johnson. To Peck, over to Owens. They're going to get Rusty Pendleton with a foul. That's Rusty's first foul.
You know, we're playing at Abingdon, and we're the home team.
We're number 1 seed, so that's we get the home berth.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Colley lobs in here to Rice. No good rebound by Chris Shelton.
Shelton quickly gets it to Music. Music. One-hander does not fall. It's going to go out on Abingdon. Abingdon's coach up now. That could be dangerous in the Highland District. Shelton, an easy one there. Put the Devils up 14-8.
Sage Johnson bringing the ball down court for the Falcons. Passes off to Bo Owens. Owens guarded closely by Moose Morris. Lobbed over here for Peck. Nice little skip pass. Johnson at the top of the key. Lobs back to Owens, almost on the way. Owens is going to pull up for a jump shot. It's in there.
Again, Pendleton inbounds to Brian Herron. Herron crosses the half-court mark. Minute 30 seconds now remaining. Devils up by 4, 14-10. Hands off to Morris. Morris turns around and passes it to Shelton. And it's an easy 2 for Shelton.
Johnson bringing the ball down the court for the Falcons across the timeline. JC building a 6-point lead now. Johnson over to Bo Owens. Owens looking for an open man. Almost thrown away there by Morris to Johnson. Johnson top of the key, thought about it, gives off to Peck. Peck finds it. Owens on the cut, knocked away there by Chris Shelton.
Come up with it. Tommy Music did, and he brings it down, and he gets it stolen from number 10.
Johnson with a fast break up. He's fouled. Tommy tried to prevent the easy 2 there. Good foul by Tommy.
It was an easy foul too, Ivan.
We don't want to see none of these young men getting hurt tonight. 50 seconds left in the quarter. JC up 16-10. Johnson will go to the line for 2 shots. Fast-paced action here in the first quarter tonight. JC's put 16 points on the board. The winner of this contest to meet Marion in the championship game Saturday night. Right after the JC JV plays Marion Scarlet Hurricanes for the JV title. Johnson misses his first shot.
That might have been a good foul by Music.
Well, we know at least saved 1 point there.
Now 50 seconds remaining. Devils up 6, 16-10.
Johnson with his second attempt coming up. Sets. Shoots. It's in there.
Pendleton will inbounds out to Brian Herron. Herron slows it up drastically for the Devils. And he gets the ball across half-court mark. Drives inside. Going to pitch it out to Music. Music works in around the foul shot over to Brian Herron. He pops it for 2. Put the Devils up 18-11. 30 seconds now remaining. First period.
Sage Johnson brings the ball across the timeline for the Falcons. Passes off to Bo Owens. Owens drives around Pendleton. Back on top to Sage Johnson. 20 seconds now left in the quarter. Brian Peck with the ball to Johnson. Down to Owens. Owens passes on top to Johnson. Johnson steps in. Passes off to Bo Owens once more. Owens working around Pendleton. Up with a shot. It's no good. Rebounded in there by Colley. Up with a shot in.
2 seconds. Long shot by Kevin Morris. He threw that ball, though. So at the end of the first period from Abingdon, the Gate City Blue Devils 18 and the Abingdon Falcons 13. Got some points there, Ivan?
Doug, Tommy Music had 4 points in the first quarter of action. Moose Morris red hot in the first quarter. He had 8 points on 4 of 5 from the field. Sheldon with 4 points tonight. He's 2 of 2 from the inside. And Herron with a nice jump shot there toward the end of the quarter has 2 points. Foul-wise, no one in trouble right now. Music with 1, Pendleton with 1, and Herron also with 1.
You can see there on the screen, Dave Mason there talking it over with the boys. And it's going to be an exciting ball game. We're getting ready to start the second period. I'd like to remind you, you're watching Scott County Cable, Channel 30. And that buzzer means it's time to start. You can barely hear it. There's a packed gym here tonight. How many people you think's here, Ivan?
I have no idea, Doug. There's a pretty good crowd on hand tonight. Of course, we'll have 2 games tonight. Patrick Henry and Marion in the first one, so we have some fans from both schools still here with us tonight.
Devils get the ball to start the second period. Tommy Music will inbounds to Brian Herron, as you just saw. Herron calls something there. Under pressure, goes over to Kevin Morris. Morris makes a fake, shots up. That does not fall.
Johnson quickly down here to Peck, thrown away by Herron. He's out of bounds.
Good job by Brian Herron.
Good hustle. He saved a shirt too on the layup there. Colley will trigger the ball inbounds for the Falcons. Colley inbounds to Peck. Peck out to Johnson. Lobs in here to Colley. Turn around in there. He's fouled by the Animal. That's 1 on Shelton. Colley is the player that won the game for the Falcons tonight against the Virginia High Bearcats on a last second free throw shot. Gate City up 18-13 with 7:42 left in the quarter. Colley for 2 shots. First one's up and hard off the back of the rim. Colley with 1 more attempt coming. Grady shoots. It's no good. Rebounded by Tommy.
Music brings the ball down himself. Gives it to Brian Herron now. Herron looks all the time. Back to Music. Music makes a couple of fakes there, drives to the baseline and puts a one-hander. And he draws a foul from number 40, which is Colley.
That is number 1 on Colley.
That's 14 fouls for Abingdon. 7 minutes, 29 seconds remaining in the second period. Devils up 18-13. See Tommy Music there. Ready to shoot 2 shots. Music now, ball in hand. Shots up and that's super. 19-13 now. Devils up by 6. Music getting ready to attempt his second shot. Shots up, a little short.
Johnson comes up with a rebound. Works across the timeline. Gives out to Brian Peck, back to Johnson. Johnson passes to Bo Owens. Owens up with a shot. No good. Rebounded in there by Colley. Up with a shot in there. Colley played a superb inside.
Matt Quillen now in the game. Pass to Brian Herron, and Kevin Morris drives the line. And he draws the foul, and it's a 2-shotter. That also puts the Devils in the bonus situation. Kevin Morris on the line shooting 2. Again, Matt Quillen now in the game, relieving Rusty Pendleton. Quillen, number 34. Kevin Morris at the line shooting 2. First shot's up, does not fall. Devils only up by 4. Second shot by Morris. It's in there. 20-15 now. 7 minutes, 9 seconds remaining. Second period.
Johnson brings the ball down the court for the Falcons. Worked guarded closely by Matt Quillen. Lobbed down here to Brian Peck. Peck working against Heron. Stolen away there by Matt Quillen.
Heron going to drive for the easy layup and put the Devils up by 7. Abingdon's coach up trying to get a timeout. There you go. Abingdon gets a timeout. And their coach is still on the floor. He finally gets his timeout.
Timeout called by the Falcons, Doug. The coach having a discussion with the referee. JC up 22-15 with 6:47 left to go in the second quarter back. Gate City will be playing in the regionals next week. We don't know. I don't know the location. Doug, do you have any idea?
I'm not sure either. I wouldn't say for the world because, you know, if you get a rumor started, that's all it is a rumor. So you watch channel 30 and 36, I think you'll find out. So we're ready to resume action here with the Devils have possession of the ball. They're up by 7, 22-15.
Will be held here at Highlands Stadium on April 18th.
Music inbounds to Brian Heron. Heron very smooth with the ball. Gives it to Matt Quillen. Quillen back to Heron. Heron over to Kevin Morris. Morris going to make a couple fakes here. Drive inside about a 4-foot jumper, and it's good. Give it to him. One-handed, left-handed shooter there. Puts the Devils up 24-15. And he's going to be shooting another shot there to try to put the Devils up by 10.
JC, they can go up by 10 now, Doug.
Yeah. Morris shooting end of the three-pointer, and it's good. So he puts the Devils up by 10, 25-15.
Johnson with the ball now, lobs over to Bo Owens. Owens, guarded closely by Matt Quillen. Over to Brian Peck. Peck, working the ball, gives off to Owens. To Johnson. Johnson down to Owens. Lobs out to Johnson. Johnson back to Owens. Nice pass in there to Rise. Up the shot. No good. Rebounded by Tommy Music.
Music turns it on now, slowing up just a tad. Gives it to Brian Heron out front. Heron works around top of the key back over to Music. Music looks. Gonna put the fake on him. Drives to the baseline. Shot up, and he draws the foul. Number 40, Collie. Puts him in. Collie has two fouls. Music's gonna be shooting 2 shots.
Foul number 40, Wes Colley. Foul number 2.
Both teams are now in the bonus.
Music at the line, shooting 2.
Music. First shot is up and right in there. 26-15 now. Music attempts his second shot here. Shot's up. It's in there. 27-15, 5 minutes, 55 seconds, second period.
Johnson goes over to Owens. Owens across the timeline. Lobs it over for Johnson. Almost thrown away by Brian Heron. Johnson works it down to Rise. Up with a jump shot. Nice shot there by Rise.
Matt Quillen inbounds to Music. Music being covered deep over here. Gives it to Heron. Heron over to Morris. Morris is going to drive and put the jumper in and out. They're doing a good job of drawing the fouls tonight. So Kevin Morris on the line shooting 2 more.
Devils been to the line 12 times already in the first half of action alone, Doug, so they've got the chances at the charity stripe.
That's true. Kevin Morris shooting 2. First shot is up and it's in there. 28-17 now, 11-point lead by the Devils. Morris. Second shot is up and it's in there. 29-17 now. 5 minutes, 25 seconds. Second period of play.
Bruce Morris has 14 points in the first half, leading the Devils. Johnson working the ball over to Bo Owens. Owens looking for an open man. To number 52 that's just checked into the game. Ben McConnell. Bo Owens. Up with a shot blocked there by Tommy Music.
Good job by Music. Music's going to really turn the soot on now. Gets it broken up. Yeah, he went out of bounds with it. Everything's happening fast in there, Alan.
It sure is, Doug. I can't keep up with it.
Devils ball. Brian Herron will bring it out from underneath the goal. To Kevin Morris. Morris turns around. One-hander does not fall. Brian Herron came up with the rebound. He's going to draw the foul. No.
3 seconds. Bo Owens to inbound the ball for the Falcons. He inbounds to Sage Johnson. Abingdon down 12, 29-17 with 4:50 left in the quarter. Long pass down here for Rice. Nice catch. Looked very closely by Herron. Back out to Bo Owens. Over to Sage Johnson. Back in the corner to Hallie Rice. Rice gives to Owens. Back to Johnson. Over here to McConnell. Johnson looking for an open man. Finds McConnell. McConnell will pop it. It's in there.
Well, and inbounds to Brian Herron. Herron over to Music. Music from about 16 foot. It's good. 31-19.
What was that, about 3 seconds it took him to get down here and score?
Didn't take it, but it was quick.
Bo Owens over Sage Johnson. Back to Owens. And he's right closely there. He gets off, finds McConnell. Lobbed in here somewhere by Herron. Lobbed in here to Shelton.
Shelton slows it up, gives it to Matt Quillen, who gives it back to Brian Herron to bring the ball down for the Devils. Herron works the ball around, looks inside to Tommy Music, and went out on the Devils. 3 minutes, 53 seconds now left in the second period, Ivan.
Owens inbounds the ball to Johnson. Over to Owens. Scores 31-19 now. Gay City on top. Up there, McConnell. McConnell finds Rice. They've got a foul on Moose Morris. Just a little touch there, but the referee did call a foul. Doug, these officials have been working really hard tonight, making some good calls. Tournament games are always tougher to call because there's more intensity, more excitement in the air, so they're doing a fine job.
Bucket was not good.
No bucket, and it's going to be a 1-and-1. Rice.
That's the fourth foul, ref. You don't get 1-and-1 on the football field.
Shot is up and good.
Wake up, coach. That's fourth foul.
Rice with another attempt coming. Steps in there, shoots, it's good.
Good as any layup I've ever seen. Pulling inbounds to Brian Herron. Herron crosses half court, being met there. Turns around, pops it from the free throw line, does not fall. He gets his own rebound. Goes out of bounds on, I guess, Herron. Devils up by 10, 31-21. 3 minutes, 33 seconds remaining.
Johnson with the ball now for the Falcons. Looking for an open man. Lob finds number 42 Rice down here. Rice gonna pop it. No good. Rebounded in there by number 40 Collie Upping in. he has at least 12 here in his first half alone. They call a line violation there on Tommy Music. Abingdon will get the ball back. Gacy on top, 31-23, 8-point lead. 3:17 left. College to trigger the ball inbounds. Finds Johnson. Back to Rice, out to Johnson again. Down here from McConnell. Over to Johnson. Owens with the ball now. Finds Rice. Rice gonna pop it in there.
Quillen inbounds over to Brian Heron. Quickly down to Kevin Morris. Morris makes a move. The shot's up. No. He draws the foul. Good job by Kevin Morris. One and one. 31-25. Devils up now by only 6. With Kevin Morris shooting 1 and 1. Morris. Shots up and falls in and out.
Colley comes up with the rebound, gives off to Johnson. Abingdon with a chance to cut the lead down to 4 now. 2:46 left in the quarter. Johnson over to Owens. Owens having a rough time there, finds Johnson. Back to Owens. Johnson. Owens, all about it. Drives against Quillen, passes inside to Rice. Up with a shot, no good. They're going to get a foul on Colley, it does look like.
Probably a good call there. Going to send Music to the line there, shooting 1 and 1. That's the way I saw it anyway.
Foul on number 40 with Colley. Foul number 3.
That's 3 on Colley, so it's going to be a major factor in Abingdon's game.
In the line of the Blue Devils, number 12, Arthur Ferguson.
Ferguson relieves Brian Heron. Take over the guard duties. Again, Music on the line, shooting 1 and 1.
Herndon checks into the game for the Falcons.
Music now, ball in hand. The shot is up and it's super. 32-25, 2 minutes, 29 seconds left in the second period. We're watching Blue Devil basketball from Abingdon, Virginia, where the Devils, Highland District champions, are trying to wire the Falcons out. Second shot by Music, no good. Comes off to Chris Shelton. Shelton passes out to Morris. Morris back to Ferguson. Ferguson now back to Music. Music's going to get a good drive out to the baseline. The shot's up and it's Soup. 34-25. Devils up by 9.
Johnson with the ball now. Lobs over to Owens. Ferguson on Owens. Gets to Johnson. Across the timeline. Double team there to McConnell. They're going to get Maxwell with a foul. That was a good call there, Doug.
That's Quillen's first.
1-1. McConnell will step to the line with a 1-1 opportunity. Official hands the ball to McConnell. McConnell eyes, shoots, it's in there. That puts the score 34-26. McConnell with a chance to cut the lead down to 7 now. The shot is up and in there.
Quillen inbounds out to Ferguson. Ferguson crosses half court. Gives it over to Music. Music inside to the big animal. Back to Music. He's going to fire it, and it's no good.
Johnson with the ball for the Falcons. Breaks across timeline. The Devils on top of 7, 34-27. McConnell's going to pop a long jumper. No good. Rebounded by Shelton.
Shelton, I thought he got fouled there after he got the ball, but he gives it to Arthur Ferguson, and Ferguson brings it down safely for the Devils over to Kevin Morris. Morris makes a good pass there, drop off to Matt Quillen. Finally falls in there. Put the Devils up 36-27. minute 15 seconds now in the second period.
Johnson gives off to Owens. KC in a semi-press. Owens lobs over to McConnell, down to Rice. Rice is going to shoot. In there.
Quillen inbounds to Ferguson. Ferguson looks quick. More drive on in. Hand off to Music. Music. Back to Ferguson, and it's going to be back court. So Devils up by 7 with 50 seconds to go in the first period or first half.
Abingdon will get the ball on the side. Owens to turn the ball into Johnson. 48 seconds left now in the quarter. Over to Owens. Back to Johnson to McConnell. Johnson with a nice pass in there. Owens. Owens goes over a shot. In there.
Quillen inbounds to Ferguson. Ferguson under pressure. Almost loses the ball. Goes over to Kevin Morris. Morris is going to drive in. And one-handed jumper. No good. Comes off. Long pass now down court. Ferguson down here to defend.
Owens up with a shot in. It's no good.
Tommy Music came up with it, and he gets it stolen from behind.
Johnson with the ball now. 4 seconds left. McConnell's going to shoot. No good.
So at the end of the first half, the Gate City Blue Devils 36 and the Abingdon High Falcons 31. We'll be right back with you here on Scott County Cable, Channel 30.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Abingdon High School, where we are in the process of watching the district tournaments between Gate City and Abingdon tonight. First game of the night, Marion Scarlet Hurricane defeated the Patrick Henry Rebels. So the winner of this game will advance to Saturday night's championship game. Some of the halftime stats look like this. Tommy Music had 12 points for the Devils, Morris with 14. Shelton had 4, Heron with 4, and Quillen with 2. Gate City shot 13 of 22 from the floor in the first half for 59%. And they shot 10 of 15 from the line for 67%. The score is 36-31, and we're almost ready for the start of the third quarter of action. Nice crowd on hand here tonight from Gate City. The JV basketball team will be playing for the district championship, tournament championship that is, Saturday night against the Marion Scarlet Hurricanes. So this could end up being a doubleheader between the Blue Devils and the Marion Scarlet Hurricanes. We've got 16 more minutes of exciting basketball, so you just pull that back, get a soft chair, and sit back and enjoy the game. This is Ivan Sanders along with Doug Gilmore, who just now rejoined me. And
I've been here, Ivan.
Well, he's been here, but he's been yakking. Gate City on the court, and the Falcons coming out. So we're just a few seconds away from action.
5 for Gate City's Morris, Music, Heron, the Big Animal, and Rusty Pendleton, the starting 5.
The only change in the starting lineup for the Falcons is McConnell is starting the second half. Johnson with the ball now, working around Morris. All the way in there. No good. Rebounded by McConnell. Knocked out bounce by Heron. Good job.
He's playing volleyball out there. Looks to me like.
Rice will retrieve the ball in bounds for the Falcons. Rice finds number 22, Bo Owens, up with a shot, and no good. Rebounded by McConnell. Up, and he draws a foul from Pendleton.
Did the shot go?
Shot was no good, Doug. McConnell is playing an impressive game tonight off the bench for the Falcons. That's 2 on Rusty. KC kind of tentative here in the early moments of the second half of action. McConnell's first shot is no good, off the front of the rim. He has one more coming. Second shot is up and in there.
Pendleton inbounds out to Brian Heron. Devils up by 4 only now, 36-32. Herron works the ball around top of the key over to Morris. Morris going to drive one-hander. No good. Draws the foul, though. 7 just joining, just starting the third period. Less than a minute into it. Devils real close here, 36-32 with Kevin Morris on the line shooting 2. Morris. Shots up. It's Soup. 7 minutes, 33 seconds to go in the third period. Just underway with Kevin Morris on the line. Second shot's up and it goes in off point.
Johnson triggers the ball into Bo Owens. Owens over, no, that's McConnell, excuse me. Owens now with the ball. Gives off to Sage Johnson. Morris working on Johnson.
Devils in a man-to-man battle.
Nice passing there to Rice, up and in for the EC2.
Finland gives it to Herron. Herron, long pass down to Kevin Morris. He drives it in and puts it right in there. Beautiful layup.
Johnson with the ball now. Gate City on top, 40-34. Johnson working the ball against Morris. Passes down to Rice. Rice back to the top to Johnson. To Rice once again. Pendleton and Herndon are elbowing in there, trying to get position. Rice finds Owens over on the left side, back to Johnson. Johnson working against Morris, will take it all the way in there.
Pendleton inbounds to Herron. Herron overthrowed it, and Morris threw it back in right in the number 10's face, and it went out of bounds to make Blue Devil ball. Good break there for the Devils. Tommy Music inbounds now out to Brian Herron. Herron goes the ball, goes to the far side over to Music. Music in, guarded real close. He draws the foul. Goes there to go. Music will inbounds from underneath the goal. Out to Herron, quickly to Music from the corner now with the shot. It does not fall.
Abingdon with a chance to cut the lead down to 2 now. Johnson with the ball across the timeline. Gets off to Rice. Owens cuts across the lane. Feed into McConnell. Blocked out by the animal. Rice comes up with it. Double team finds McConnell. McConnell pressure there. Gets off to Johnson. Johnson over to Owens, who will pop it in there.
Pendleton inbounds to Tommy Music. Herron going to drive all the way in for the layup, and he draws the foul. So Big Dog Brian Herron's going to be on the line. Devils up by 2, 40-38, 5 minutes, 37 seconds remaining in the third period. Plenty of substitutions in now. Collie back in for Herndon.
Collie back in for Herndon. Brian Herron will go to the line for 2 shots.
Herron. First shot of 2 is up, and it's in there. .41-38 now. Herron second shot's up and comes off to Music. Music turns around and eases it back in. 43-38 now.
Owens retrieves the ball and will take the ball out of bounds to trigger into number 10, Johnson. Johnson gets off the peg. Gate City look like they're in a 1-2-2 now. Almost on the way there, and it's thrown out of bounds until we get the ball. Gate City. Score 43-38. 5-point lead now for the Devils.
We'll change the defense's change up here. Pendleton will inbounds to Herron. and loses the grip. I'm not sure. I thought the music thought it went out all right.
Johnson with the ball now. Working against Morris. Back out on top to Owens. Owens to Johnson. In here to Rice. Guarded closely by Music. Drives. Turns around. Shoots. He draws a foul from Tom. That's number 2 on Tommy. That will put Rice at the line for 2 shots. 5:03 left in the third quarter. Gate City up by 5. 43-38.
Foul number 2. Team foul number 2. However, Rice at the line.
Rice will attempt his first of 2 shots. First one is up and in there. Rice to the line for a second attempt. KC not having as easy a time this time with the Falcons as they did the Lice meeting where they won 90-65. We have a jump ball situation. Gate City will get the ball on the alternate possession.
Gate City's ball, Pendleton will inbound to Brian Herron. Herron slows things up. Crosses half court backwards. Goes over to Kevin Morris. Morris is going to drive for the one-hander and put it up and no good. Draws the foul though. He's good at that, ain't he?
He sure is. He's making a lot of plays tonight for himself, drawing a lot of fouls. Been to the line quite a few times tonight.
Foul number 52, Ben McConnell. Foul number 2.
Morris already been to the line 11 times tonight, so he's been drawing the fouls.
Kevin Morris. The shot is up and it's in there. Everybody comes out and shakes hands with him from the Devils there. Second shot by Morris. Devils up 44-39. Second shot by Morris is super.
McConnell inbounds the ball to Peck. Owens, that is. Owens finds Johnson. Johnson, guarded closely by Morris. Herron comes out to help. Double team there. Finds Rice. Rice gives down to Johnson. Lobs across to McConnell. McConnell over to Owens. Down in the corner to McConnell once again, looking for another man. Back to Owens. Johnson on top. Abingdon setting up their offense, taking their time, being patient. Owens having a hard time there, finds McConnell. Lobs for Colley. Up with a shot, no good. Rebound by Rusty Pendleton.
Pendleton gets the ball out to Herron. Herron drives it all the way down underneath to Kevin Morris. Turns around, puts it right in there. 47-39 now. 3 minutes, 55 seconds remaining third period.
Bo is out of the ball. Working over to the left side, right side that is. McConnell across timeline to Johnson. Quickly down here to Rice. Nice pass in there to Colley. Up is the shot, no good, but he draws foul from the animal. That is number 2 on Chris.
I believe he went straight up that time.
That will put Colley on the line for 2 shots. Colley playing an impressive game tonight for the Falcons.
Rusty Pendleton, foul number 3. Team foul.
Devils on top, 47-39 with 3:45 left in the third quarter. First shot up.